Hi guys, Creative Lori here. Hope you can all hear me okay. I'm in my oh so beautiful garage. Thank you everyone, for watching my cat trapping couple of videos and listening to my story about a certain cat that I've been trying to get. And this is just an update with that cat and the other cat that I did get, which is here. I have some bad news. I'm trying not to cry because I've been crying. I've been crying all day. I'm just so sad about it. I can't edit these videos, unfortunately, so I can just pause. But sorry, darn it. I'm just trying to get through this. I was not able to save that one orange cat. I am so glad I finally caught him, but he had a really severe case of stomatitis, which is, you can look it up on Google. It's basically a very bad oral dental disease, and it's extremely painful. And I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. I can't help it right now, but I don't know what his age was, but I started noticing him about a year and a half ago, and he used to sleep in my garage with my other cat that I call Garage Kitty. That was her little boyfriend for a while. And he just adored her. I mean, and she could care less anymore about him, which was sad, and he kept trying to keep up with her, but he was just getting to be too weak, and I could never get close enough to him. So for the most part, he slept in my garage last winter with I had a little bed set up for him and her. And eventually, she came inside. She became an indoor-outdoor kitty, and I got her fixed and everything. And she was released by some other people. Anyways, I think that may have been the case with him. So this winter I know it's nothing really to look at so much, guys. I'm sorry. You can look at that staging material there. Oh gosh, I don't even want to show you all my stuff. This is just a little bit of what I have here. But I bought a farming heating pad, and I put that on the patio, my porch, I mean, and he slept on that with a blanket, and I put it in a box, and it put a cover over it. I had 2 different cubby holes that I insulated, and a little dog house that I insulated, and he would sleep in all of them, all 4 of them, but he liked the heating pad one, of course. I thought he was anemic because he was, had leukemia. That wasn't the case. He had the stomitis. Stomitis, yeah. And I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but okay, so I'm just covering up my own information. He was male. He weighed 9 pounds, 5.5 ounces. He was an orange tabby. And I just wrote on here that please check. He's been really sick, might have a BB shot in his chest, not sure. And then they called me and they just said severe stomatitis and then euthanized. So I just decided, the only other thing they could have done was they said that you'd have to take him to the vet and have all his teeth pulled, and you'd have to tend to him, and he'd be an inside cat. But he was feral. He never let me touch him, never let me get too close to him until the very end, because he was so weak. So unfortunately, I just said to go ahead and put him down. So it just kind of breaks my heart because I wish I would have caught him sooner, but I couldn't. I just tried and I tried, and he just, they're smart, and he wasn't gonna let me. So I'm just glad that I got him eventually, and he didn't have to. He was already in severe pain. I noticed his mouth problem in the summertime. And so he was losing weight. His fur looked terrible. He was bleeding. that blood that I saw on his chest was actually from his mouth dripping down to his chest. Um, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just so upset about it, and I'll be sad to like not see his little face around, but he's better off. So if you guys are hanging in here long enough to hear this whole thing, just if you know anyone that has a dog or cat, please, just tell them to get them fixed, because when you take them to these clinics, they get everything. They get spayed or neutered. They get their shots. Let's see, like they get the FVRCP, which is the feline AIDS, I believe, vaccination, and something else, and I do flea treatment. So it's so important because each cat produces, like, they could do 4 litters, I think, a year, and they could start producing at the age of like 3 months, something like that. And I've actually almost had a cat die that was pregnant at a young age. So it's so important. I've been doing this for so many years, and I've only lost, I think, 2 cats doing this. So one that had leukemia that was tested, positive, and then this guy. So I just take it hard because I am a total animal lover, and I try really hard, but it just didn't work out with him. So I did get this little girl, and she was, I got her at the same place that I caught Vern, my other cat, that if you watch my videos, you might see him in a lot of my videos being a nuisance. But I got this little girl at the Target loading dock area. I'm going to show her, or show you all to her. There she is. Hey. Hi. So she's a little tortoise tabby. She's young. She's probably only like 8 months old too. Hi, girl. I know, I'm sorry. So the issue with her, guys, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, those lights are bright. I'm sorry. The issue with her, as if this wasn't bad enough news today with the orange tabby, I'm so sorry, I'm sniffling, is that, I'll show you the paperwork. She's a female, and she had kittens at some point because she's lactating. So that means she had kittens, guys. And, I know none of us out there that trap, we don't know, we aren't aware when a cat has kittens. The mother usually disappears for a long time. So she obviously has had kittens. So I asked the vet, I said, so I should probably return her quickly, quicker than normal. And she said, yeah, either by tonight or tomorrow morning. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I was reading on, she said, Google it, and so I did. And the cats can't survive, the kittens, if they're under 4 weeks, they can't even survive a few hours. They need the mother's warmth and the constant feeding. But hopefully her kittens are over 4 weeks and they are able to survive without her. But they always say to return her from after surgery and recovery and the whole time that you've taken her away from the kittens within 24 hours. So it'll be 24 hours coming up in about half an hour. And so I'm getting ready to load her up. I wish I can give you something better to look at than just this ugly cage and ugly towel. There's my garage door. But I am so torn because I feel like if her kittens were under the 4-week mark, then they're probably dead already. And I don't want to jeopardize her health, but everything I've read, they all say just return her. And quite honestly, when I picked her up, she was already alert. It'll be like over 12 hours since her surgery. So a lot of times when I pick up cats, they aren't as alert. Let me go inside. All right, I'll give you Vern to look at. um, so, um, oh, I forgot what I was saying, but basically, I know what I was saying. She was very alert when I picked her up, and which was a really good sign because sometimes they give too much anesthesia, and so they over sedate them. Yeah, he likes to hop up there. And then they are really hard to come out of the sedation, and I keep them a little longer because of that. I normally keep the females between 2 and 3 days. I've only had her a full day. So there's Fred. He's looking for me. Hi, buddy. So you could see my dilemma, my conundrum, because I feel like the kittens are probably dead already. And I might be putting her in jeopardy, but she's actually doing really good. She's been alert this whole time. And I'm just trying to give you guys something better to look at. And she did eat a little bit. And so I talked it over with a ton of people, and they all say return her. If she's doing well, she needs to go back to her kittens if they're still there. Now, the only good news about the kittens was she was hanging around this cat with another cat, probably her sibling from her litter at the time, and they seemed like little buddies. Now, hopefully that cat maybe would go back to the kittens, and you know how they do the they'll stay with the kittens, because that other cat saw that I took her away. So I don't know, and maybe she kept her warm. I'm not really sure. There's Fred over there. Oh, the lighting is really bad. Sorry, guys. So the only comfort I have is hopefully thinking that that other cat kept her kittens warm for her. And so I'm going to go and release her now, and I'm going to go see where she goes, because I'm sure she'll go straight to her kittens, and I will see if I can hear anything, or, I have a feeling she has them under this trash compactor out there. So I'm going to go look, and I'll double check on her tomorrow morning to make sure she's okay. I mean, it's hard because when they're sick, they're not going to, let me catch them again. I won't be able to catch her again. So I'm just so torn, but it's just a part of what we have to do, the decisions we have to make when we do this volunteer work. And in my experience, whenever I have a cat that's not eating, I tend to return it a little earlier than not, because they're so freaked out. And she seems to be really kind of freaked out. So I think it's best I do release her, and I just pray to God that she'll be okay, with her surgery, and I pray that her little kittens are still alive. So all in all, this was a really bad day. I'm happy in a way that I caught the orange tabby, and I put him out of his misery. He did not need to suffer like that. Can you imagine? I mean, he was losing muscle mass and he was dehydrated, I could tell, because he couldn't eat. I watched him eat. He had a really hard time, and he would sometimes just bypass eating because he was in such pain. And I had no idea that what I was seeing, the blood, was from his mouth. So I'm just glad that, he is in a better place and no longer suffering. And I'll be sad, so that I won't get to see his sweet little face anymore. But it's better for him. And what's funny, guys, is that I was never a cat person. I was always a dog person. I grew up with dogs, did lots of different rescues, but cats just kind of came in. I didn't dislike cats. I never had one. But a few years ago, it just kind of all fell into place, and I started volunteering. I guess it's been about 5 years now, or 6. I can't remember, but so, and this little guy, hey buddy, He's also a rescue. No. Different colony. But I'm sorry, guys. This is going on and on. I'm just dreading taking her out there. But I will keep you all posted as to what's happened to her. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for all your kind words and your support. I really appreciate it. And I will keep you all posted if I see her, in the future. And I hope that she heals well and her kittens are fine. So thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.